Hey everyone, Token Dave over here, the dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. Welcome back to the Godzilla Garage, where I exclusively talk about Godzilla and Godzilla related content. It's a good time to be a Godzilla fan. Despite the divisiveness, we gotta admit that 2014 brought Godzilla back into the mainstream for a wider audience. And with the anticipated Godzilla King of the Monsters coming out, yeah, everyone's excited and stoked to be a fan of the Big G. You know, one thing that I noticed as well is that Godzilla's perception now has changed. See, now he is more seen as he was originally intended to be seen, as in two major ways. One, the allegory for the atomic bomb, that dropped in Japan in World War II, and as a force of nature. However, when I was a kid, and also when I was growing up, Godzilla was seen as a superhero. People don't see Godzilla like that as much anymore. Thank God, But I've actually seen some people come out and say Godzilla is not a good guy at all. Or ask, where did the idea of Godzilla being a superhero come from? I mean, some people are able to point out where it is, but some people either totally missed the mark or come semi-close. And I'm probably going to come semi-close because even though I'm a long-time Godzilla fan, I am not a, Godzilla connoisseur or, how can I say, a Godzilla academic, which is what I'm working on. But first, let me state for the record, Godzilla is a good guy. In 3 movies. Where did this reputation come from is the main question. Well, we have to go all the way back to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Mainly the first Godzilla movie that was introduced in America. Now, the reason why it got a widescreen, release in America, one, they made a bunch of changes to the original Gogeta, and they added Raymond Burr into this, and they made it a little more acceptable for Western audiences. The person that had a major stake in that is Henry Sappenstein. Henry Sappenstein was a producer for United Pictures United Pictures America, if I remember the acronym correctly. And he was the one that saw the potential of Godzilla and how he would be big outside of Japan. And with that, that's how Godzilla King of the Monsters got released. But then, after the success of King Kong vs. Godzilla, Godzilla was in the forefront all over the world, and as time progressed, Godzilla got more and more famous with kids. And the first time we see Godzilla as a complete good guy and on the side of humans is in Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, or Godzilla vs. Ebirah. Well, it's really called Ebirah, Monster of the Deep, but still. Anyway, that was the first time we saw Godzilla as a good guy. But the interesting thing is, at that time, everyone noticed that Godzilla was acting a little weird. He wasn't acting like his other movie counterparts. Because by now, we all know that Ebirah, the Hard Monster of the Deep, or Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, was supposed to be a King Kong movie. But people actually started liking that idea of Godzilla as a good guy and having him appeal more to children. This actually is the work of both Henry Sappenstein and Eiji Sabraya, where Eiji Sabraya branched off and did his own television production, and thus we got Ultraman, someone that I'm probably going to start watching those episodes in the near future. But anyway, so with kaiju and giant monsters being popular with kids, they aimed the Godzilla series more towards kids in the late 60s. which is how we got Son of Godzilla, divisive movie, and Godzilla's Revenge. But anyway, that was the starting point of Godzilla getting that reputation of a good guy, or a superhero. That basically really ran the gambit in the 70s when we got Godzilla vs. Smog Monster, or Godzilla vs. Hedorah. This was the first time we consciously saw Godzilla fighting not only a giant kaiju, right, or a daikaiju, out of self-defense, but it was also in the protection of the humans. And that's advocated when we see a little kid playing with a Godzilla toy. And then, that reputation got solidified with Godzilla vs. Megalon. While Jet Jaguar was supposed to be the main lead of the movie, they added Godzilla in because Jet Jaguar was unknown and Toho was going through bad financial constraints. But then, when you got Godzilla vs. Megalon, yeah, everyone clearly saw Godzilla as a good guy. And, it only got more solidified as Godzilla being a good guy when that Hanna-Barbera cartoon in the 70s came out. So during the 1970s, that's where the bulk of Godzilla's good guy reputation stood for. And that's what a lot of people still thought about, because Godzilla was seen more as cheese at the time, and Gen Xers were the ones that really carried on Godzilla's reputation, at least his reputation in the United States and in Western audiences. So that is why Godzilla was seen as a superhero and good guy more so. So yes, Godzilla is a good guy in 3 movies. And, well, his good guy reputation is mostly known for him doing the gravity-defying drop kick and him flying. Yeah, not the best lights for Godzilla at that time period. But, yeah, that's where Godzilla's superhero and good guy reputation came from. And that's why some, especially some of the older audiences, still view him as the good guy and the superhero still. Agree? Disagree? Please, drop me a comment below, give me a like, follow me on Facebook at Token Dave, or on Twitter at Token Dave 80, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, this has been Token Dave, dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. I'll catch all of you later.